after all that, the Honourable Mr. Julius Malema is only worried about Elon Musk wanting to make Starlink work in South Africa, which means Southern Africa, SADC, because he has to make space for the previously discriminated against people. And he made sure he said blacks, because he doesn't want to mean the trans people, or because he doesn't really care about the gay people. The problem is why our soldiers die in Central Africa, why I am sitting without electricity here now, why nothing works in the health system for mothers and children and old people, why the water gets cut off, is because the Honourable Mr. Malema wants BEE triple E, which to the person around the world doesn't understand that in the South African political atmosphere and law, to be a corporate company, you need to follow a 30% basis of ownership and whatever, which means ultimately that an able-bodied person like me, and there are so many on the road begging, able-bodied, it's not because they're drug addicts and they've given up on life. No, the country, everyone has given up on them. But it's got nothing to do with, why don't we rather make the lives of the previously discriminated against people better every day? Let's work on this together, the Honourable Mr. Malema and the Honourable President Ramaphosa, Posa. Those that couldn't leave the country have now gone into the bushes because it makes you feel better inside with more previously discriminated people suffering more. Ultimately, this is the problem of my country, is we have to employ the wrong people. So what do we have? In an area where the voters, there's some MPs or famous old stalwarts from the ANC living in the same area. So we do have people picking up litter, which we shouldn't even have litter if we're also educated. It's got nothing to do with your skin color, is it? Does it? There shouldn't be litter, but there's litter. So we have these street sweepers and these people that pick up the litter with huge behinds, which only goes to tell you that they do not even walk the streets but for this job, and I'm sure they get 4 blocks to clean and empty the bins. And they do this once a month. They have a job. They have an employment. They don't get any exercises. They don't lose any weight. The people that are looking for work, the people that are on the streets, whether they be from other countries, in Africa, we have to allow them to be here, and we have to allow them to survive. It's their human right to survive, to get an extra job on the side. They're as skinny as my finger, begging for work. Millions, skinny. The ones employed, large, plump, voluptuous, but not happy either, because their lives are shit. Their electricity goes off, their water goes off. where they need to give birth to their amazing new children is appalling circumstances. Never mind the loss of the infrastructure that is in place for 1.5 million people who cannot get any ARVs right now. Which means in 3 months' time, some of them will be ravaged with AIDS. And within those 3 months, those people could be infecting other people. HIV is not a choice. You cannot discriminate against people who get HIV because it is the straight people who make HIV, who get HIV. It's the straight people who make gay and trans children. So stop with this bullshit, this discrimination against LGBT people. I don't care about the regime but I do care about the people. We forgot about the people. We forgot about the poor soldiers who were just out there to do what? Get paid their wage to die? The problem is BEE in this country. That's the problem. It's as simple as that. You refuse to employ the correct people, so when these OGs, we call them OGs these days, the OGs of South Africa in office will get backhanders and then pay a consultant who has a white skin like mine but speaks 5 different South African languages too, and lives in New York or London, and they'll pay those people to run the city as consultants, but they're not employees, so it doesn't fit in. They pass their BEE. It's all caca del toro. Google it. Caca del toro. It's a joke. Maybe I'm a joke. Ha ha ha. But I am not making life worse for Africans. But Julius Malema will and does every day. Just like Ramaphosa, the Honorable President, who is joined by John Steenhuisen. A bunch of coots, a bunch of almost extinct apartheid regime thieves. They continue to steal from the real Africans. I'm Lionel Royale. Think about it.